Alright everyone, so today in this lesson I'm going to be showing you how to create your own Andy Warhol inspired pop art in Pixlr E. So what you're going to go to first, hopefully you have your image of yourself already prepared and downloaded on your computer. If not, please go ahead and take a picture of yourself now that is decent and in good lighting. Alright, so what you're going to do is go to open image and find your image on your desktop. Mine is already here, so I'm going to click on that. Alright, so the first step you want to do is adjust your canvas size, because for this assignment you're going to create 4 different ones. In order for them to be proportioned on the canvas, you have to do a little bit of math. So first you need to find out what's the size of your image. Alright, so in order to do that, you go to image size, and it will show you right here what's the size of your image. So in order to create 4 sections in your assignment, you need to double these numbers. So my 401 will be 802, and my height of 564 will be 1128. But you're not going to change it here. That would change the size of your image. So what you're going to do is cancel out of that. Once you find the size of your image, you're going to go back to image and canvas size. This is where you're going to change the size of your canvas in order to fit your image. So like I said, my 401 will be 802 and my height will be 1128. Alright, you're going to leave everything the same and click apply. Alright, once you do that, you should be able to move one of your image in the corner and press Ctrl C to copy and Ctrl V to paste. Once you do that, you see how perfectly that fits next beside it. Ctrl V again, Ctrl V again, and now you have your 4 images. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and change the name of each layer so I'm not confused. So that's going to be just 1. This will be just 2, and so on and so forth. All right. All right. And as you can see, all images are unlocked right now. So right now I'm going to hide all the layers from 2 to 4. All right. So there's a couple of different ways you can complete this or approach this assignment in order to create your pop art. I'm going to show you 4 different ways. Alright, so first I'm going to leave my first layer as the same color. Okay, so what you can do is go to adjustments and posterize. Alright, and you're going to change, hold on, make sure your layer is selected. So whatever layer you're working on or image you're working on, make sure that image is selected. All right, so now you're gonna go to adjustments, posterize. You see how it's changing and giving it a more in-depth look. So you're gonna pick one that you like. That one's cool. All right, so I'm gonna click apply. All right, so you can go to either filter, go to adjustments again, hue and saturation, and just by adjusting that glider here, the hue, you can change the color. I like that one. And then you can change the saturation of it, how pale or light you want it, and then of course the lightness. But you really want to touch that much, see how it will blow you out and it will make you disappear. So that's one way to do it. However, my favorite, or one that's a little bit more easier, is going to File, Browse Effects, Overlay, and then you're going to scroll down until you see an element that's called Grads. Alright, so it gives you all these different effects or elements. There's basically like a grading effect, which is like our tool right here, which we will use later on. All right, so you can scroll down and find one that you like. I'm liking the red one here. All Alright, so I'm gonna select it, and here you can change the orientation of it, flip it, so on and so forth. Alright, so that layer, that element layer, is above the layer that I'm working on now. Okay, so that's important. So you want to adjust your gradient to fit your image. You can do that by making sure your arrange tool is selected and dragging in the corners to fit your image. And you see how I'm dragging it in, it's not really working out for me because I want it to fit perfectly in my image. You go to free and it'll fix that for you. Okay, all right, so now that that is selected like that, the color of it is not exactly what I want. So how I was orientating it and rotating it and flipping it, now it's kind of where I want it to be. My lightness is here and the darkness is over there. So if you were to open the settings of that layer, you see it's on screen right now automatically for you. You can go in and select whichever one that you like that suits your image. Okay, so out of those, I'm gonna go with that one's okay. Alright, so you can also go back into the browse effects and elements and going back to grads and put another layer on top of that, and you can see how that looks. So I'm gonna choose this one here, or maybe I'll choose something that's more complementary to red. Alright, so you can drag it to wherever you want. I actually like that one better than the red one. So I'm gonna go in, yep, and leave it just like that. That's perfect. Alright, but you see here I can drag out the corners so it can fit my entire image. Alright, hold on, I'm seeing some more areas I can drag it out too, so it actually fits it, and when it comes together at the end, it looks much better, and you don't see these white corners. Alright, so once you are done with that image, and say you have however many layers you have above that layer, you're going to select the settings of it and you're going to merge it down. Alright, if you have more than one, keep merging. Alright, so once it merged down to that layer, I'm going to go ahead and label that just one again and leave her alone. Alright, so now I'm going to hide that one and make my just two visible. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is go to filter. Make sure the layer is selected. I'm going to change the filter of my image to black and white. Now there's a couple of different ways you can go about doing this. I will show you. Again, you can go into filter and change it, and the too old, let me go back so you can see the too old, that's where you have your black and white filters. Alright, you can select whichever one you like. Alright, you can either do that, or you can go to adjustments and auto black and white, and it'll automatically do it for you. Or you can go to adjustments and desaturate. Again, it'll do black and white for you. Alright, so what I'm actually going to do, because I saw one that I liked, I'm going to go to filter and choose that one because it made all the black areas a little bit more darker and more richer and stands out a little bit more. Alright, so same thing. You're gonna go to adjustments and posterize. I think mine was at 13, so let's try what 13 looks like here. Yep, that's good. All right, so now you're gonna go to, well, you can go to adjustments again, go to hue and saturation. And for some reason, it's not changing the color. Let's see why. Maybe because I don't have any color selected. I have to figure that one out later. All right, so you can go to Browse Effects, hit Overlay again, scroll down, so you go to Grads, and there you go. I'm actually going to choose that one. Okay. Again, I'll go and make sure it fits my image. Kind of like that one, but I want to see what other options are available in blend mode. All right. I'll leave it at swell. Yeah, let's leave it as screen for now. Alright. So this step was done by changing the filter of your image to black and white and doing the same step as in layer 1 or just 1. Alright, go ahead and merge it down. Change the name. And we're done. So look, already you got 2 pop art inspired portraits of yourself. All right, so now we're gonna go on to layer 3. I'm gonna go ahead and change my filter, make sure my layer is selected. All right, go to filter, too old, and Agnes. All right, adjustments, posterize, and 13. Alright, so with this step, you're actually going to go to your gradient tool. Alright, so actually no, go to shape, So you're going to drag out a box that fits your image. Alright, once you do that, of course the color is going to show up. Alright, you're going to go to fill, then gradient. And just like the effects or elements tool that you would find here, there's a whole bunch of different gradients that are available to you and that you can create yourself. So I'm going to select this one. Alright, size isn't fitting the image like I want it to, so I'm going to go ahead and readjust that now. Alright, so you can either leave the gradient like that, or you can select the gradient tool here. Now once you do that, you see here it says gradient only works on image layers, select another layer. If y'all remember what I said about rasterizing, when you rasterize a layer, it turns that layer basically into a layer that you can work on and that you can edit on. So if you have any type of problems where you see this, where it says an image layer, select no layer, all you need to do is go to layer and rasterize. All right, and now your tools are available to you. All right, so remember, just go to layer and rasterize, and now you can edit your shape. All right, so just like I said, if you want to leave your gradient like this, that's cool. If not, you can change the direction of it. And if I can remember which one I selected. Okay, yeah. So you can click and drag your mouse. Sorry, got a step. Make sure you select the wand tool. and make sure you select, well, then you can select the box that you're working on, the gradient box that you're working on. In order to select more, like how you saw it was breaking it up every time I clicked, all you have to do is hold down shift and click until everything is selected. All right, and then let go of the shift key, and now only that is selected. Now you go back to gradient, select the color scheme that you like, go back to it, click out of it. Now you can change the orientation of it. You can go diagonal, up, down, left, right, whatever. Okay, and then it gives you, oh, you can also do radial. All right, you can have a spotlight on you. Actually, I might try that. All right, so now you can go ahead and go to blend mode and change it if you would like to, which for some reason it's not working there. All right, we're just going to deselect that, go to the layer setting and do it there ourselves. Then there you go. All right, so you can click through them, go through them, see which one you like. Until you find it, and I think I actually like the first one. A little dark to my liking, so I'm gonna quickly adjust that. So hold on a minute. Where is it? Okay. Okay, this step is optional if you want to do this. If you want to go in and play around with the levels and stuff and how bright and dark something is, you can. It is not required. All right, so yep, I'm gonna leave mine just like that, and then move that layer down since it was above layer 4 for some reason. Make sure that layer is above the layer I'm working on, just 3, and I'm gonna go ahead, merge it down so that it's all one layer, and rename it. All right, so now we are on the final layer, just 4. All right, same thing. I'm going to go to Effect, to Old, Agnes, and Apply, and then Adjustments, Posterize, and 13. All right, so this step is a little bit more time consuming, I would say. It takes more time than the others. So with this one, you're actually going to use the fill tool. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and select a color. Well, first let me see what colors I have so far so I won't repeat them. Let's try, see, I got green. Let's try orange. Okay, so I'll make those invisible again. Go back to my paint bucket tool, and it didn't save for some reason. Go back to orange. All right, so you can start by clicking an area, and whatever you click on, let me just undo that. So it gives you, when you zoom in, you see all the different tones and highlights, shades, and so on and so forth. So whatever color you select, like this light gray area, wherever you select, the light gray area in that area will turn that color. So look at this area here, and anywhere else you see this color. Once you select that, all right, it will turn everything that's similar to that color or that tone or shade to whatever color you set your fill color to be. All right, so I don't want that much color to be selected. So you're going to go up to tolerance. Tolerance is going to be your friend when you select how much you want to shade or what you want actually to be colored in. So the higher tolerance, the more it will select. So if I dragged it all the way out to 255 and I select it, it's going to make everything whatever your color you selected. Okay? If I drag it all the way down to 0, only that little patch, which is cool because now you can work in different areas. May take a little bit more time, but I'm gonna leave mine at 0. All right, so now that I'm looking at that orange, kind of don't like it. So go in, and for me to find another color that's similar to orange or like complementary to orange, you can go to your picker tool, and once you have your picker tool selected, it shows you all the colors that are similar or complements that color. All right, so right now I'm not liking orange, so I'm gonna change my color to, hold up, one that's closest pretty. I'm gonna use that seafoam green type color. All right, I'm gonna go back to my paint bucket tool and select, and that's okay with me, but I don't want my face to be green, so I want actually like a skin tone color or something close to it. So I'm gonna paint this, actually paint that little section that color, get my picker tool and see what colors are available up there that I want my face to be. And it's the same color, isn't it? All right, I guess we're gonna go with orange. All right, so and like I said, that's picking up too much, so I'm gonna lower the tolerance a little bit more and only select areas that I want it to be. All right, no, so that's only come leave orange. Go back to my picker tool, select that gray, and turn that back that color. All right, so now select this yellow, go back to my paint bucket tool, and select what I want to be yellow. Change my tolerance just a little bit. Yep, just like that. All right. It's actually too much. So you just, with this step, you have to play around. It's going to take you a while, but the end result is going to be something that you're going to love after you played around with it, figured out the whole tolerance thing. It should come together for you. All right. Go back to my picker tool. Actually, like that for a little face. All right, so I'm going to finish this and then I'll be back to show you the end results. All right. Alright, so as you saw, that process was very long and tedious, going back and forth, and we've actually changed from going to orange to this brown color here. Alright, so now once you've make all your layers visible, you now have all 4 of your pop art images available or seen. Alright, so once you are done, you can go ahead and select your first layer and flatten all the layers. That way it is one image now. Alright, if you don't want to do that and say you want to go back and readjust something, just hit Ctrl Z and your layers are back. But I'm going to go ahead and flatten this. Alright, and then I'm ready to save it and upload it to Canvas. So you're just going to save, change your title to just pop art, make sure the file type is JPEG and the quality is at 100 and high, and then you just download it and then you are ready to post it. Alright, so if you have any questions, go ahead and ask me, email me, whatever, ask me in class, alright, and I'll be able to help you, alright?